This might be the best littering I do though.
Nah, don't do it. Don't.
It's the liquor bottle, bro. You gotta get it out the car.
So okay.
The fuck?
So my belief, like we said the other day, the beliefs is just a belief. It's just like, to me, that was like, even as the receiver of that, you know, it was just passion. It wasn't like, oh, I want to fucking hurt this nigga, oh, I want to kill this nigga. You know, it wasn't that. You know, it was like, oh, this motherfucker's hurt type shit. You know what I'm saying?
First instinct, it was like, wait. But then it's like, I have so much love for you that when you did it, like I looked at you and I looked you dead in your eye.
And you
feel
seen
me?
everything.
And I seen it wasn't even the aggression. It was just like, you felt hurt.
Right.
You feel me? And I seen it in your eye. It was more like, it wasn't like I'm trying to beat you up, I'm trying to fuck you up. It was more like, bitch, why you did that?
Right.
You feel me? And I felt it, but I'm more like, nigga, you didn't even come talk to me about it. So I'm looking at you like, bro, you dead ass? Like, it was a lot of ways you could have went about it different.
But you know that it's something different if she told me, bro. But if the fact that I seen from a motherfucker's username,
from what we went through, from what we've been through in life, you feel me?
Yeah.
I just felt like it was a whole different way than how it could have been. You feel me? Because if it was just like nobody's in the gym, I can understand. But you got D, all these niggas in the gym, Marco, you know what I'm saying?
He didn't even see it for real.
No, he was on my team. We were playing basketball.
But he didn't see it.
I understand.
Because I asked him.
Because it was on the possession.
He said, I didn't even know what happened.
Right, it was on the possession. I shot, they took off, and then you got me.
Yeah, nobody seen it.
But it was just like Marco was there, everybody was there. I'm like, bro, this is like some shit that could have been handled between me and you. You feel me? You could have like, hey, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
And then even if you slapped me then, it was like, all right. You feel me? I can understand where you're coming from because it's the pain inside. Like, you feel me? Yeah, but it was like the hurt from you. Like, bro, I fuck with you. You my nigga. Like, why would you do such a thing? You feel me? And I felt where you was coming from, but in my mind, I'm like, the way you handled it, I'm like, you treated me like a fuck nigga. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna look at you the same way.
Right.
You feel me? That's why I'm like, bro, come outside. Let's talk outside then. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So I'm like, when you did that and you came outside, you're like, bro, I'm not even gonna come near your car because I'm like, you feel me? And I'm like, I know you know what I got going on. You know I know what you got going on.
Yeah.
So it's just like, we're on the same page, but it's just like the way it happened, I was just
literally,
like,
though, what you just said, literally.
Literally, I felt
like,
it.
I know what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And you know what the fuck.
And even the way I set it up, I'm like, Marco, tell this nigga I'm not leaving. I'm next to y'all car. I'm not going nowhere. Y'all gotta come outside.
That's a fact.
You feel me? So I'm just like, bro, it was just like the way it all went down, but it like, for my life and how everything happens and how we are today, it like that needed to happen. You feel me? And just like the whole soldier in general thing, it like some people can go through that and just stay falled out. You feel me? Like a Kodak and Jack Boy type shit. Like, well, I don't fuck with you no more. I don't fuck with you. Well, fuck it. We both rich. We both doing what we doing, but we just go see. We not go eat at the same table.
Right.
You feel me? But for us to look past the differences and be like, you know what? I don't know how that happened on your side or whatever the case may be. Like, I know your value. You know my value. Boom. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's the part that like that is big, but it's just like at the end of the day when you always look back into that situation, it's like in life it all could have been handled different because I could have took your life over some shit that wasn't even that serious, but it just in my mind I felt tried.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just like a lot of shit like that it's the bigger picture and like looking at the value of what really went down and like I feel like I needed that because the way I was moving. But deep down inside, I was like, bro, you don't even know the true story. But it like the way you reacted was like real Raymond shit. You feel me? So like all of it was real organic as we see now.
Sides. Like,
for
that's
real.
why what you said was the exact true. Like, you know what I got going on, you know, vice versa. And to me, it's just it was more emphasized in my life because at the end of the day, I felt like I was your right hand because I went to your court date when you didn't know if they was gonna cuff you right then and there.
Right.
And that was just so soon from the moment. So it's just like, if I'm that type to this dude, and then he gonna flip and do this, it was just like, wait, what the fuck? Like how you said with the snap bitches. Like, on no homo though. Like when you said on that's how motherfuckers end up on Snap, because you was like, that you think they love you all this time, and then they fucking gym and shit. And it's just like, it's like that type of time.
Right.
Because it's like, wait, I just took you to court. That means your mom could have did it at that point, because at that point I have your car keys. I have your, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gave me your car keys because you didn't know, bro.
But it's not even that. I know what that person means to you. You feel me? Because I know you.
Right.
I know what that means to you.
Right.
You feel me? That's like golden teeth type shit. Like, I know what that means to you. So it's just like, for me to do that, you're just like, whoa, bro. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. You crossed the line. Like, you feel me? So I felt where you was coming from. Until this day, I feel where you're coming from. But like I said, it could have been handled different and all this shit. Because it's just like, deep down inside, the thing that like blows my mind is like, when it all happened, it's just like, I'm upset. I'm looking at it from my point of view, like, I know this nigga just choked this nigga out. You feel me? I'm looking at it, the pros and cons, like, I want to fight this nigga, I'll fight this nigga. You feel me? But I'm looking at the pros and cons, like, this nigga's 6'4", this nigga's bigger than he goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way of me winning this actually. Like, no David and Goliath type shit. You feel me? So I'm like, I know what I need to do. You feel me? This is what I have a gun for. You feel me?
That's why I don't like fighting motherfuckers, because exactly what you just interpreted.
Right. But that's how niggas lose their life over some bullshit that not even worth it.
And that's why I'm so humble, bro.
You feel me?
Because I know that exact concept. Because it's like, even if I don't know how to fight, let's say, right? It's just the fact that how big I am.
Right.
That a motherfucker gonna feel like, no, I need something to beat him. I can't do it on my own.
And you feel me? I watch you get in the back of a seat and choke a nigga out. It's simple. Like, it wasn't even hard for you. You feel me? Like, you really just put your arm around a nigga and pull tight. And it was just like the strength that you had.
Life off of that.
Come on, bro. And I watched that live.
Right.
And we were jits, bro. So I'm looking at the situation now, like, bro, I can't fight this nigga, bro. As much as I want to, as much as I'm upset how all the shit just went down, you feel me? Like, I'm like, I can't fight this nigga. So I'm like, what's the next result?
Right.
All right, bro, tell him to come outside, bro.
Right.
If he feels some type of way, tell him to come, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I was feeling in my mind. But like how I say, how everything happened, how it all organically happened, and how we were both humble about the situation and just were like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm not going to talk to him. But then how we can come back and, you know what I'm saying, see eye to eye and be like, you know what, look past the differences, and that's huge, bro.
And that's the part that I look at, like that part. Yep.
That's huge, because we both know each other's value, and we both know what we bring to the table when we were fucking with each other. So even though we stopped fucking with each other, like, all right, you feel me? Like, it's like the little thing that was funny as fuck is like, you went and got goals. You went, you know what I'm saying? The shit that you did, and then I went and did the shit I did, and it was just like, we were both like still connected with the universe, but we weren't talking.
Exactly.
You feel me? And then when we come back together, we see how connected we were, and it was just like, damn, bro, just imagine if we were talking those, you know what I'm saying? We could be millionaires right now. Because like, we just bring that energy together, bro, that is just like uncharacteristic.
Thank you. I don't know if that's my lesson of life, bro, because that settlement case, and I'm looking at these millions in front of my face right now, right there.
You see
36, 146. It's like, I know with that, with the court shit and all that shit, like, if I know how to express myself, bro, but I just knew I didn't want money off of sympathy. So it's like, that's the little part, because that's what it would have been. I would have been expressing sympathy, like, feel bad for me because this is what this accident did for me. Right. And I couldn't do that, bro. Like, I wouldn't have minded it to get the money. But I was just like, it was just to the point that it was just like, how am I going to live like that, bro, knowing I'm living like this just because of sympathy? I need it off of strength.
No, it's the fact that what you went through with saving a life, not losing your life, and then with your sister, you feel me? Just all that built together on one, is just like, bro, money can't really, you know what I'm saying, change what I just went through.
Right.
As an individual, bro, I just went through some shit that is life-changing, traumatizing, and it's just like, bro, there's nothing that you can give me 146 million right now. That won't change what I went through.
Right.
That won't change losing my sister. That won't change me if I lost this person's life and saved my life. You feel me? It's just like, it won't change none of that.
If I would have lost a leg.
You feel me? It doesn't change none of that. So it's just like, if I would have been wheelchair bound or whatever, like, the money doesn't change what I go through.
Because every night at that point I would have been thinking, damn, I would give all this money up to get my leg back.
You feel me? And that's the same thing that you have now. Like, you're like, damn, I would take a little bit of that money now, but it's like, no. You feel me? You know deep down inside your value and what you're worth. You're like, you know what? That money is still that money.
It's almost like a deal with a devil type shit.
And you didn't sign it.
Right. Ooh.
Damn, TD. You went over it, and he was like, listen, you could do everything you got to do, but you got to be white.
Wow.
You got to do what you do in a white body. And you're like, you know what? No, I can't do it. That's what the Colin Kaepernick shit was saying. Like, it was the first black African-American get assigned to the major leagues, right? And they were like, he was like a light-skinned nigga. So they're like, bro, we'll sign you. You'll be the first black American ever.
Oh, that's right. He was MLB and NFL.
Right. That nigga was so hard, bro.
I forgot about that.
Bro, you got to watch that shit,
I forgot about that. Continue.
But yeah, so it was the first black African American player. So they pulled him in, and they were like, you got to sign the contract. And he was like, so the contract is basically regular contract, whatever. But he like, the second stipulation is you got to play as a white man.
What do you mean?
You have to dress up and look like a white man. You feel me? You gotta, whatever it takes,
Be a
put on
puppet.
makeup, right. You have to, because what he was saying is you have to play the right way.
Be a puppet of the
You feel me?
puppeteer,
But he was
JuhPetto.
saying that in 1760, it was playing the white way.
Oh, instead of the
W-H-I-T.
right way.
Right. You feel me? Because that's what it boils down to. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not what they want, they
And
don't
that
want
was
you.
just the episode you just played for me when they was trying to change his image in RZA. Trying to change his image. That's always what it's about. Like,
Right.
are
Doing
you gonna
things the
sign
right
that
way.
deal with the devil?
Doing things the right way or doing
Or the
things
white
the
way?
white way.
Wow.
You feel me? And that's what they.
But
But yeah, that's what it was. So he
Right.
didn't sign the contract. You feel me? And he ended up like playing a couple more years in the Afro American Negro League, and then he ended up being an artist. So what the whole thing was trying to say is what you start with is not how you finished. You feel me? So you might start as a truck driver making money doing like that, but you might finish at what you want to be.
Concepts.
KonSepShus. You feel me? So that's what it really is. Like Colin Kaepernick was great at baseball. That nigga had every college wanted him, every major league wanted him, and everything. But what did he want to do? Be an NFL quarterback. Cause why? Nobody wanted him. You feel me? And he was
For
already,
him.
right. And in his life, he said from the beginning of life, he was already a second choice because he was adopted. His parents didn't want him, so he was already born as a second choice. You feel me? So when everybody wanted him in baseball, he was like, I know this feeling. I know this feeling of being wanted, but it's like nobody wants me. I know that feeling harder. You feel me?
Cause bro, that shit just gave me goosebumps, not because of that, but because at the end of the day, bro, I knew you since I think 2006 or 7, like not close, but like knew of you. But until like 2015, bro, I really thought you was adopted. But I never remember that day that I first mentioned it. Like that was the first day I mentioned it. But it's like I really thought you was adopted my whole life, bro. Like every time I seen you, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like his life is probably different because he's adopted. So it's like that feeling still is with me, even though I found out that you weren't adopted. But it's like that was my like initial perspective of you.
Right.
Since, you know, remember when the heritage shit, when you was picked up with that white boy, I thought y'all was, but it was that he was adopted from y'all. So it was just like that. That's what stigma I have with you, even though I know it's not true, but it's just like that's what I always had with you. Was like, oh, this motherfucker's adopted, he's different, but you was just different just because you was different.
Right. But then it also like makes it like look like when you actually look at the bigger picture, you're like, damn, these niggas were taking in white people.
Right.
You feel me? Like my mom was
It's
fucking
still different, right?
My mom was adopting white kids. It's like, you know what I'm saying? I was the brother. I was the real son.
Yeah, and it's usually vice versa.
Right,
Ooh.
bro. You feel me? So like we were doing for them. You feel me? And it was like my
That's
mom really wanted a
hard.
baby, but it was like
Shout out to your mom. That's hard.
right, bro.
Because
She
at
took
that
hella
point, she
kids.
conquered.
Right.
Because she's a black woman doing what white men do. Fuck a white woman, because white women just follow white men. Most of the time, my bad. But she was basically doing what white men do, and what, you know, they sometimes adopt black people or minorities. Man, wow, bro, that's hard.
Right.
What, buddy?
But then it's just the fact of the matter, like how you can look at it. Like I said, bro, when a person doesn't know and they just go off of first instinct, that's what they know. You feel me? So like you didn't know, so your first instinct was, shit, he adopted. I seen him with this white boy. He might be the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got you, bro. We good, bro.
Oh, you got the two.
But
Nah,
fucking,
but that's real rap.
yeah, bro, that shit was hard, bro. Because a lot of people thought that too. A lot of people thought I was adopted. But it's like when you look at the bigger picture and see the truth, it's just
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying?
It
Like,
takes even deeper than you being adopted.
right, because I was doing for these niggas. Like I was these niggas' brother.
Right.
You feel me? Like they looked up to me.
You was the one that almost had to be in an uncomfortable state because your parents wanted another child aside from you. And it was a whole different race.
Right.
It was like, damn, am I not enough? Like, you already have me.
Right, and instead of me being jealous and being like, Mom, what the fuck? I was like, you know what I'm saying, humble about it. And be like, you know what? This person doesn't have as much as I have. You feel me?
Right.
Because I know what my mom can get me by myself. So, like, for her to share that with this person.
Bro, it's just like you are just so different because you're very fucking smart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're very high intellectual, but it's like you was literally in special classes.
Because I wanted to be though. Like
You finessed the system. Like
you
you're
don't
that
understand how
smart.
smooth,
Like,
right, bro?
fuck.
Like, you don't understand
But
how
no,
smooth
time
that
out.
shit was. Bro.
Oh yeah, this is this. No, because bro, I tried to do the same shit in elementary, bro. I did try to do that in elementary. But then it was like once it came down to the actual test and stuff, it came to that sympathy thing again. Like the court case. Like, cause I tricked everybody into thinking like, oh, he might, you know what I'm saying, need this.
Right.
But then when it came to the test, I was like, I gotta pass this shit. Like when they was asking me the questions and shit, I was like, they was like, oh no, he don't need. But it was like I got them to that point.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I did try that shit, but then I was like, I got myself to that point, and ultimately, I ended up always being in advanced classes. He got coke or something?
No, he looking like he got a ring or some shit.
No, I think he had some crack rob. But that's real rap. Like in I think it was like 3rd grade, bro. I had worked myself to that point. Like, cause I used to see like certain people got in our class and then they got kicked out and they had to do another thing. So I was like, oh, I want to see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? So I worked myself to that point. But like I said, right when it got to the test part, I was like, damn, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna just pass this shit.
It's just the point that I look at now that I like actually look
We're
back on
too
life.
similar, bro, but it's that slight difference.
Right, which is great because it's like if it was all similar, then it wouldn't be organic. You feel me? But it's just so real because it's so similar, but it's different.
And that's how I feel with Kanye too.
And that's how it feels with the whole finish line shit. Like we're both gonna get there. You feel me? But
Regardless,
right?
With or without, we getting to that point, successful, prosperous, but
if I
it's just
never
a
talked
way.
to you again, you would have still did the things you did.
Yeah.
And I would have still did the things I did, but it would have just been like, we would have got to the finish line, but it would have just been different. But now we're still talking, so like we're still both getting to the finish line, and it's still gonna be different, but now we're doing it together.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like energy is just like so much different because it's just like,
It's almost like if the tortoise and the hare would have had a conversation, like what would be the concept of that story then?
right.
Like if
And
they
the
both
tortoise- and
if
the
they
tortoise
both
was like, hey,
planned,
let me just ride with you. You
if
feel
they
me?
both planned
You
and,
feel me?
and
Like,
cross the finish
you
line at
run
the
faster
same
than me.
time.
You feel me? So let me just ride with you. We both get a win.
Yep.
But it's just like, let me just hop on your
Nobody's
back
gonna
real
lose.
quick.
Yep.
You feel me? Like,
And what's the
fuck.
concept at that point?
And if anything, nigga, you can hide in my shell, nigga.
Like we both come with pros and cons.
Right. Like we both go win, bro, but there's no L's at that point.
Exactly.
But if you just looking at a competition, it's like you just want to win, I just want to win. It's like somebody has to lose. You feel me when you look at it that way? Because it's like the tortoise is just like, well, fuck it, I'm going to win. I'm going to take my time, though. And the hare, like, nigga, I know I'm faster than this nigga.
That's a great story too of like we could make one of manipulation at that point of they do have that conversation, but at that last step one of them betray the next person. Like at that last step. Like we had this whole thing figured out. We finished this whole journey, but right at the finish line, the motherfucker got greedy and was like, "Nah, I need to win. I need to be the one."
That's where the hare takes to like you know what, we go to jog it together. And then he just take off, but then on top of taking off, he like blows a tire or some shit, or you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and it backfired on him.
Right, and now he start moving slow, but then the tortoise is already moving slow, but it's at a fast pace. But he's moving slow. You feel me? So his slow is faster than this nigga hurt. So
Right.
that's how he wins, but it just goes to show you, like, nigga, we said we were going to do this together, but you cheated, and you feel me? You thought you were going to get
Karma
ahead,
got you.
but
The
that's
universe
how it is.
got you.
Because that's how the
The good
story goes.
prospered.
You feel me? The hare ended up taking off and was about to win, but then the tortoise, the slow, steady wins the race. How do you
Slow
say?
and steady.
Right, win the race. Because that nigga he stayed the same pace the whole time
Yep.
and still won. Because it was just like,
The brick by brick shit at that point.
I'm not in no rush. I know I'm going to make it. I know I'm going to get to the finish line, but it's just in my pace, in my way. So that's what I'm saying. That's why me and your life is so different, because you but you choose to work and, you know what I'm saying, make it the way you make it, because it's just like, if I work and I put this money up and I save this and I make this and I know what I'm going to get it right, you feel me? You calculate and you do numbers, literally. Good job. Keep going. You feel me?
Facts.
So it's just like, you do that. But in my life, I'm just like, I might not know where my next dollar is going to come from, but I know it's coming. You feel me? So that right there is just like a belief and a thought process, and it's been with me so long because I've been doing that from a jit. You feel me? It's like my mom might give me $20, $5, but I turn that into 50. I turn that into 100.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like
Because
I
that
do that.
$5 of the gas money that you give somebody takes you to a place that you bring $25, and then that $25 you take $10 from it, and then make 30 from it. Yeah.
Right.
That's why you're great.
Right. Because I done went in the crowd a couple of times and be like, bro, play me one-on-one for 20. I don't have $20, but I know I have to win.
Right.
You feel me? And that right there, just deep down inside, like, boom, I win. Now I got $20, like, I'm up. You feel me? And it's not like a nigga asking, let me see your $20. No. But I know how to finesse. I know how to move. I know how to live. I know how to hustle. So it's just like that right there is just like a different, because your hustle is still the same because you're working, and you're like, you know, you wake up some days and like, damn, I don't want to do this. But you know what you're doing it for. You feel me?
That's the thing that will always anchor me down.
Right.
To it.
You feel me? It's just
The
like,
for
even with
part.
the no smoking, with the no sex, the no
Like,
drinking,
what's it for, right?
the detox, you feel me? Like, what am I doing this for? And you know
Right.
what the bigger picture is.
That's
So
what's
little
up.
shit like that is just like, that's what drives you. And it like, that shit drives me too, but it's just a different way. You feel me? Because like I said, I have a son. I have shit I go through. I have, you know what I'm saying, child support, all this shit. Like, it's the same shit. Nigga has bills.
Right.
You feel me? You might have a mortgage. You have this and that, the Tesla car payment, this and, you feel me? So niggas have bills, but it's just like, it's all different, but it's the same.
Right.
And then once we honestly
Combine it.
Right, once we look at it the same and look at it like how you said with the whole truck shit, like I didn't know you were gonna say that. You feel me? You said you want to talk to me about that, but that's huge. Because in my mind, I'm like, I love to drive. I would love to do some shit like that, but it just, my mind wasn't capable of just like getting a CDL or doing this.
And that's
doing
part
that.
of it too. Like, I'll pay for it or I'll
Right.
co-sign for it, but it's coming out of the money for your first initial 3
Right,
months.
and
You know what
that's
I'm saying?
That was the thing when even D told me about it. I went up, I did the interview. I was great. He said, bro, you got the job and everything. You got to pay $5,000 up front.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to do that. And I told my mom, I'm like, bro, I'm willing to do this. Can you do this for me? And my mom told me no. Like, Tommy, I don't think this is for you, such and such, such and such. And I'm like, damn. Basically, you don't believe in me. You feel me? That's how I took it as, because I'm like, what if this was basketball? What if I told you I needed $5,000 to go overseas, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a tryout. You feel me? Like, believe in me. I know what I'm worth. I know what I'm capable of, but it takes that person believing me. So it's just like you saying that, like, that's what you're saying, that I believe in you. You feel me? I believe in me and you can do this and we can make this, you know what I'm saying, longevity, and then we can honestly build in ourselves. Because we know that if we go to work and bring in this paper, that we have that time to put into ourselves.
Right.
So
And it's just like the simultaneous part of it, because while we're working, we're gonna be vlogging, because we're more than that. We're just, because at that point we're gonna do the gym shit. Like, it'll just awaken all of our assets that we have, like, as while we're accumulating these steady, slow and steady.
Right.
But we're
The
still
brick
moving
by
like the
brick.
hair.
All right.
You see, because we offer so much.
We do offer a lot.
You
bro.
see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, at that point, that's the part of it. Like, even if, like, it's not the hooping, if it's just going to the gym, like, just, you know, exemplifying that part. Like, yes, we're driving, but look how you can do this shit. You don't have to turn fat. You don't have to turn that your body's fucked up if you take care of it and you know, calculate your time and organize it. And that's the part that I believe we could bring to life. Because like you said about D, I don't never, you feel me? Because at the end of the day, he did the right thing for me. At the end of the day, even though he was the driver, I was in a situation that a motherfucker that was the driver with his trees did not speak up, and I got arrested for it because I was loyal, and I'm not a snitch.
All right.
And that's the part that hurts, when a motherfucker trying to tell motherfuckers I'm a snitch, bro.
I couldn't hear what you said.
I'm not a snitch.
Seriously.
Nah, but for real, it's just like the part that that part, like, bro, I literally, you see me stand tall, bro. Like, like, not you, but him. Like, you see me stand tall right in front of you, bro. Like, I did not say this is his shit. I did not never fold. I took the cuffs on my wrist, bro. I seen him grabbing my wrist, and I looked you in your eyes, bro. And you didn't say shit. But I didn't say shit. Who's realer? You see what I'm saying? Who is realer at that point? But then you gonna turn around and tell motherfuckers I'm a snitch? So it's just like that. But that's also part of the humility shit. I'm not gonna let that affect me. Because it's like, I know what it is. You know,
Right.
like,
When
I
you
know.
what it is.
It doesn't matter at
the
that
realest
point.
part.
It doesn't matter at that point when you know what the fuck it is, bro. It doesn't, nothing matters. No judgment matters. No opinion of somebody else matters. So it's like the fact that, oh boy, listened to me and took the charge, even though that situation was a little different because it was both of ours. So I told him to take the charge, but I gave him the bread. He followed my footsteps, so I can never take that away from him. Even though you say you would have probably done something similar, it's just like, I know he did it. But like you said about this, I do agree with that. I agree with it. But he did that. You see what I'm saying? But I see what you're saying with this. Because when we hoop and shit, that reveals character. Because even when we talk about like your finesse ways and blah, 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 even when there's referees and shit, those shits, you get away with them shits.
I still get it.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like at that point, it's more than just an imagination. It's more than just, oh, maybe I could get away with this. Also, I get away with it in playground basketball. No, you do also score 30 and do what you do regularly. When there's a referee, when there's a judge involved, you still do what you do. So at that point, you could still do what you do according and with the law, with the rules, with the regulations, you could still be you. Right. And that's just huge.
Right, but I just know how to bend the rules.
Right.
And at that point, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you might see it as a problem, but there's nothing wrong with that.
Because if you could get away with the rule makers or the referees that follow all the rules and you still getting through it, obviously, it's just you got a special thing to you.
Right, you're just unique.
Right.
As you say, different.
Right. And that's also like with me and shit, like the fact that I never call fouls and shit, but it translates to hooping because then I'm at the free throw line and I know. Like, I know, okay, look, I'm not believing I'm not calling fouls for no reason. Like, when it's a real game, real referees, I'm at the free throw line. Right? Like, I'm at the fucking free throw line. Like I know what it is.
Me, but then I don't call foul in open gym, so it's like, y'all might look at me like, damn, bro, call that. But like, for what?
Right.
You feel me? When I'm under a whistle, you see what happens.
Exactly.
And vice versa. Right. Good Nick.
Yeah.
Yo, niggas will look at me like, damn, Tommy, why you call that? But I'm like, what the fuck you mean, bro? It's a foul.
Yeah,
and then we play organized basketball and I'm at the line 20 times. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, bitch. The same shit I called in the gym, the same shit I get here.
Yes, sir.
All I gotta do is scream. Foul. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You just, when you know how to manipulate the system, you do it, bro. And that's the one thing I learned in life. That's the biggest thing I learned in life. If you don't try, you will never know. Just like if you don't shoot, you will never know if it goes in. So like, it's a lot of things that I do that I just like, I know it's no reason of doing it, but you have to. You feel me? Just trying it. Cause you don't know what's good. Hey, can I get this for free? All right, go ahead. You feel me? And then it's like, if you just like, you know the thing is $100, but if you ask and you get told no, then it's like, all right, I got told no. But if you ask and then you just, that person just feels generally, all right, go ahead.
Yep.
You're the 100 customer today. Go ahead.
Because at that point, you're going to translate the value. I want to make that video so bad, bro. I don't know what's stopping me. But the value, because it's like, bro, I really know I'm high level. Like, I know it, bro. I know. It's not a fucking guess anymore. So it's like when you say that thing about the $100, like, let's take that for example. Like, let's say the average person makes $18 an hour, bro, right? So then let's divide 100 by 18 real quick. So 100 divided by 18. So that's like 5.5 of a normal person's work shift, right? So at that point, just asking that question, can I get this item that's worth $50? This is what you really got for yourself. You just won yourself 5.5 hours of your life by asking a question. And at that point, it's like the time and value exchange. It's not about time as money. It's about time as value. You see what I'm saying?
That's different.
And no, see, like I just really got this. Look, no, I just got this because look at all, I didn't even realize that. But look at the equation we just did and what it equals.
All right.
All the same number, bro. That's this. Like, no, I'm not playing.
That nigga said that's this.
Like, I'm not playing with it. Like, bro, why is it all these numbers of random numbers we just picked is all fives?
5.
You see what I'm saying? Starting 5. Like, 5 is a number, a solid ass number. And it's just like, how with the random numbers we just picked that is all 5.5555. Like, how, bro? That's the universe. That's real, bro. Like, I'm trying to show you, exemplify in a perfect example, and it's perfect. Like, you can't make shit like that up, and that's what this is.
Nah, it's just like, we really, It's like we're not like we're seeing it, but we're not comprehending that the universe is really on our side.
And look at like because I'm getting even more and more, because it's like before you even relaying your message, when you started it, I feel it starting in me. Like, so that means that whatever you're about to translate, I already felt, because it's the energy that you felt to even want to translate, and it's in me as well.
Right.
And it's just like, bro, there's nothing realer than that.
It's funny because like chicks say that every time, like even when you called the gate, she's like, who that? I'm like, KonSepShus. She's like, oh shit, I'm about to go. I'm like, damn, why? She's like, bro, I know when this nigga comes around, you're gone for hours, and you're gonna come back, but you're just gone for hours, bro. And it's like, what you tell me that you do, it's just like I feel that it doesn't add up to the time, and I feel what you're saying, but it's just like I really be just chilling, bro, and it's just like I don't put no time on it because I know that the energy that I'm giving in that time is worth the value. Fuck.
And it's like, I don't be wanting to cut people off most of the time, but it's like, bro, I know what people about to say. Like, I know what the fuck y'all about. Like, I know what's about to come out because I feel it. It's about the energy value. That's it. That's the core root thing. One day, bro. One day. More because my actions have revealed what my words always spoke.
But if somebody doesn't know what your actions are, they can't understand
but
your
you
words.
do. But you still say different. You still tell people like he's different. He's not the same that he was.
I can tell them that, but when they hear the words, they can't put the words with the action.
That's a fact too.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I go through the action with you, so when you hear the words, I feel it.
Okay.
You feel me? But when they just hear the words and don't know the action, it's just like, I feel this nigga. This nigga's sliding, but it just feels different.
The action,
which is different. Right, bro. Because when you go through the action, it's just like I know what this is.
So it's like I need to put my ear closer to it because I see where the fuck he's going.
Right, but it's really just like you need to just reveal yourself. You feel me? Like
release.
Yeah, like still have KonSepShus, but put KonSepShus into Raymond. So it's like Raymond KonSepShus Suero. You feel me? Like let KonSepShus be your middle name, but still in you as one. But
literally in you though. The sandwich is me, but the middle.
You give people you. You feel me? So you give people the KonSepShus, but through you.
Right.
And that's the hardest part because now there's no mask. It's really me. And that's what makes it so real because it's just like, I'm giving y'all what should be free game, which is free game, which if I had the mask on, you would, you know what I'm saying? Damn.
That's big.
But yeah, that's the hardest part. Because it's like, I feel like JuhPetto's a part of me now because knowing that how JuhPetto pulls strings, like I really be pulling strings in life. Like I really take it to the furthest extent.
Like damn, it's like a fucking maze for real.
Because it's like, what is the mask for at that point?
Right. Because if it's going to get the same result.
But the mask is like the whole thing what you said with the edge. You feel me? It's like when you have the mask on, it's like, bitch, you're just going to take me for me. You don't know what is under the mask. Bitch, I can have bumps on my face, walls, or whatever.
The
you
me
feel
for
me?
me.
But you're taking me for me.
Right.
And it's just like, bitch,
the
you
energy.
right. That's the part right there.
Yes, sir. Damn. Yeah, I think we too real, bro.
Nah, cause even cause it's like a drunk mind speaks a sober thought, and even when you took that second shot in the club, you were like, bro, I think we need to just take the mask off. And they're like, it's so real because it's like when you understand it, it's just like, bro, if I can sit here and talk to 5 strippers in the club, you feel me, and each stripper see me talk to the other stripper. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like I can accommodate and make each one of these motherfuckers laugh and feel good and whatever the case may be. It's like, I know I'm that nigga. But it's just like, they don't even know who the fuck KonSepShus is. You feel me?
And
but
that's
you're
the real me. That's the energy. That ain't
you're giving them what you're giving them, and that's still the real you, but it's just like they're taking you for face value and what you can bring to the table of seeing you at this point.
Yep.
You feel me? But what if I was behind the mask and you didn't know who the fuck I was, then still...
Then you got to read into me. Because the judge don't judge the book by the cover shit. You can't judge a masked man. Like, you can't.
Because it would still be everything on the outside, but it would just be like it's masked, so you don't know what's under there.
Right.
You feel me? So you would have to really read the book and read the room type shit to understand what's going on.
To appreciate the value of the book.
And not just look at the fucking cover and be like, I don't like this.
Because what if it's just the best writer ever, but he doesn't have an illustrator?
Or no cover.
Damn.
You feel me?
Ooh, wait, stop.
Because the book can be great, but no cover. You be like, I don't want to read this.
Wow.
You feel me? But then it's just like in your mind, it's just like, damn, when you really do read the book and realize that the reason why it had no cover, because it's like no face, no case, where the mask comes into play. Fuck.
But what I told the light blue bitch, I was like, this was one of my hardest lines. I don't know how I came up with it. I was like, you look like you just came out of a Barbie case. That was hard.
That bitch smile with the fan was like,
Yo, when you can show a whole bitch's 32 teeth, that's when you know, bro.
Right.
You know you did something on that line.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. You look like you just came out of Barbie case.
That bitch started jiggling around.
Nah, we hard, bro.
Nah, it was that bitch with the fucking I'm worth it.
worth it.
That
Let me
shit
go
right there.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She almost got me with the massage. Like when she said the massage, she almost
Bro, if
got
you
me.
would have went, I would have left. I would have been like, no way.
She almost got me, bro. When she
Nigga
said I'll
would've
massage
Ubered
you,
home.
I was like, wait. She said I'm worth it. I said, ooh, you almost got me, baby. But
Fuck.
there's these other bitches that's bad out here.
Fuck. It's something about that lighting, and then when they do that smoke.
They know what they doing.
Yeah, them bitches be looking thick as fuck. And they get up close on you. Hey, baby.
It's
I'm
that-
like, whoa.
It's that the shadow emphasis.
Cause that ass look good once you take a couple shots.
Nah, that light-skinned little bitch was, I think I was feeling her, but I never really examined her. Did she
Until the
disappear
end.
after there?
Nah, she was there at the end. That's the bitch that was right next to us when we walked out.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, her face looked like a fucking gator.
Oh, she wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, her body was it,
Right,
though.
right.
You feel me? Like, at that point, do you fuck her for her face value, or do you fuck her for, you know what I'm saying?
But like right now, it's more up in the air now than it was like 4 years ago about having my own kids. Like right now, it's a little more up in the air. But like 4 years ago, I was stern. Like I probably ain't gonna have kids. Like I don't want to have kids. I'd rather fill the voids that are already here. You know what I'm saying? Like the motherfuckers that have kids and their fathers leave them, I'd rather try to fill, you know, those types of gaps rather than make a void and just fill that void. You see what I'm saying? Because ultimately that's what it is. You're digging up a not a grave, but a hole to plant a seed, which is you're going in. You're going down before you build up. So it's like instead of me going down before I build up, I'd rather go look for the shit that went down and can't build, or it's harder to build up because the motherfuckers that's supposed to give them the sunlight and the water left them. And I like to fill those gaps. So I stay straight on this, right? So it's like, that was 4 years ago, that was my 100% mindset. But now it's more up in the air. It's like, you know what? Once I get my money fully, is like, I wouldn't mind doing it because I know I could do both at the same time. Like, we have basketball. Because basketball kept us straight. Basketball still keeps you, it still gives you light and love and motivation. Still to this day. Like, it don't do that for me no more. But it does. Because you feel me? Because I know ultimately my goal is to coach. So it's like, I know I'm going to go back. I know that. So ultimately, I know I'm going to rely on it. But for a consistent brick by brick, I know I could step away from it and still prosper. But because she had a father. And there's only the bitches without a father that will continue to forgive you because they want to hold on to that man that they love because they never had a man that loved them. So it's like the bitches with the fathers that have that shit, my fault. The women with the fathers that actually have the man that loved them their whole life, they're way more stronger in a sense of forgiveness. Well, they might forgive you, but a sense of you're not going to hold that place in my life no more because you did me trifling.
Right.
So it's like...
Because, like, if one man did you wrong, you look at every man to do you wrong. But that's not the case. But it's just like, that's what you look at it as a female.
Right.
Especially when you go through it at a young age.
Yep. She waiting.
Look at them.
This OVT, baby.
OVT.
This OVT. We back outside. Nah, but it's like real.
What time is it? 3:04.
This is hard because
Jigging
this
on the
is
corner.
this is our realest one at our crib. This is our Detroit and New York at our crib tonight.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was also gonna mention that about I was gonna mention that about this is the longest I've been off since we've been chilling and shit. But we've been limited time. But we always want time. But I've had this time, but we didn't link. But it's worth it because of times like today and yesterday.
Right.
Like, and it's only because I know I had to make it happen because I'm about to go back on the road. You see what I'm saying? Like, I knew, I know I had these time, and that's another thing I was gonna bring up about I always want the time, but it's like when I have the time, I just want to relax and just regroup. You see what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't make one beat. I haven't even downloaded the software on my laptop yet, but I want to. I want to make beats because I know that exemplifies my mindset, my beats. So it's like I want to do it, but it's like when I have my time, there's so much more I want to do with it.
Because
But
you know what, like, you know what your time values. So, like, you know if you give it to yourself, it will be great. But then you know that if you give it to yourself, it take away from giving to your family.
Damn, I appreciate you identifying that because I didn't look at it like that, but that's exactly what it is.
Right, because it takes away from your family.
Right.
And just like today, you could have been like, you know what, like, I'll catch y'all later. I'll catch you when you get back from dinner or whatever. But it's like to go to dinner, to do the thing that you did, to show up. You feel me? It's just like that takes a lot. Because you could have been working. You could have been like, you know, I'm not going to go home this weekend.
And honestly, bro, the fact that she asked me 3 times, are you going to be here for my birthday, is the only reason I took that other week.
Mm-hmm.
I would have went on Monday. I would have went back on the road because I only took the week off.
Like
Right, because at the end of the day, I know as a kid, bro, like that would have meant the world to me to spend my see, I can't talk like that. That shit real. Nah, it gets real. It gets real. But my step pops taught me some shit the other day. Like, once you get to a certain age of adulthood, because his father, it was only his mom, so he identifies with it too. But I asked him a question at dinner the other night in Temp. I was like, if your pops ever came looking for you at your age now, how would you react to it? He was like on some shit like he wouldn't give a fuck. But then he didn't elaborate. But then when I called him the other day, he elaborated and he was like, I should have brought this up. He was like, that once you get to a certain age in adulthood, it's like, what's the point of a parent? You see what I'm saying? But you and I, we value our moms, and that's what makes us different. Because we value, no matter how old we get, we gonna value our moms because of what they poured into us.
Right.
So it's like the fact that he was like, that's how he feels about it. It was just eye opening because that's a fact. Because ultimately, I grew myself to a point that I would break bread with my pop still. He never reached out to look for me. You know what I'm saying? But I would still break bread. I thought I would still break bread with him just because I've reached a point of humility and the fact that he chose the perfect woman to have a child with or children with, and that was enough for me. But it's like when he said that shit, it kind of changed my perspective because it's like, damn, that's a fact. Because ultimately, a parent is the instrumental thing at a certain age. Yes, it's a luxury now. Like for our mom, it's a luxury now, the relationship we have with our moms. It's not a necessity, but it's a luxury, and it's the greatest luxury on this earth for me to have this relationship with my mom, to be able to give back in a sense that you could feel it. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm trying to do for you because I know I can't. Like, it's too real, bro. It's real life.
But it really just like the power and the energy that you invested in me, I'm giving back to you.
Right.
But it's such a way of just like, you feel it. You feel me? It's one thing to like
try to express it by words and try to
it's
just
one
tell
thing
you
to
and
be
remind
broke
you.
and be like, you know what? Here, mom, I give you a card, $1 card from Dollar Tree, and like every year, like, here, mom, here's a Michael Kors purse, or here, mom, here's a, you know what I'm saying? But to be like 28, to be like, here, mom, here's a house.
Right.
Here, mom, here's a car.
And it's not like I'm a millionaire and I did it for myself
Right,
first
but you
and
know
then
what
I
you're
did it
doing
for you. You're my initial
Right.
thing.
I
What
know
most
you
people
did
would do for
me.
themselves first,
Right.
I do it for you first.
Right, because I know
And
what you
then
did
I'll
for
handle
me,
myself.
You did it first.
But that goes back to what you just said about the beats shit. Like, that's a fact, bro. Instead of investing in myself, which I know will be tremendously prosperous because I know who the fuck I am, bro. But I need to give this to them. Like, I need to give that free time to them. Like, I know Damn, this shit getting
Like
too
you say, you don't
real.
mind giving charity, but you gotta take first.
Right.
You feel me? So it's just like, at that point, it's just like, are you self-centered? Are you selfish? No. You want what you want, but you want it for a bigger purpose.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people can't understand and don't understand and won't understand. And that's why we have racism. That's why we have, you know what I'm saying, black versus whites and all this extra shit. Because it's just like, some people don't understand the bigger picture. The bigger picture is all of us coming together communally and you know what I'm saying, as one, to have the greatest ever. You feel me? Bro, if the world was one, if everybody believed in the same beliefs and whatever, we'll be great. But it's the fact that everybody does have their own belief and everybody can do what they want to do, but they choose to pick and choose what they want. And it's just like, your belief is your belief. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, at the end of the day, when you make it more than that, that's when there's a problem. You feel me? That's when it's just like, oh, you're not vaccinated? Oh, you're a demon. You're the worst person ever. But this person has HIV and you out here having unprotected sex with everybody. You're like, well, you know what I'm saying? There's little shit like that that's just like, why is this not looked at the same as this? You feel me? Why can a white person commit murder and they can get off?
By saying they're crazy or some shit.
You feel me? But a black person can commit murder in self-defense.
And it's
just
a discrepancy.
Right, just like, nah, well, your rap lyrics have murders in it and you talk about killing, so you must be a killer. You must be a criminal. You're a thug.
So I want to bring it back to the part that you said about the different beliefs, because I do believe that's the core stem of the inability to have the common denominator and the common goal of growth. And it's by the division of countries. Off rip, the division of seas. Off rip, it's a manipulation tool. Why are you calling this the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and all this stuff when it's all just the ocean? It's all just one body of water. Why are you calling this China and this America when this is all just land from the earth? And that's what allows that's what translates the different beliefs. Now we have a different religion because we're from China and y'all from America, so we believe in different entities and superiorities because we're from different lands. And it's just like, that's the core division. The core division is identifying land as differences when land is just land and water is just water. Well, not just, I don't want to undermine the beautiful shit that we're even existing on, but it's just like, everything is one. Why are we trying to sectionalize everything like that? And even if we did sectionalize it, it shouldn't be for differences. It should be for organization and more growth, rather than to depict the differences.
Alright, I feel like that get back to the point of original.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like,
Because nature is the only original.
Right.
It is. We solved that. That's the only original.
There's fruits and vegetables, like shit like lettuce. There's fake lettuce out there. You feel me? But like, if you don't know, you don't know. And then it's just like, when shit looks the way it looks from eye value, it's just like, oh, that's good. But it's like, when you actually eat it, look at the value of it, like, this is not even grown or even, you know what I'm saying, it's processed. Instead of some, instead of some shit that grown from a tree and grown from nature and grown from like real deal shit. So it's just like knowing what we know, like what is real, what is original. And then when
just nature.
Yeah, when you understand that part, that's when I feel like you understand life.
Yep. And that's why I connect with Kenya on a different level, because we literally be on the same type of time with that. Like, me and you be on the same type of time with life, like ultimate overview. But me and Kenya be on the same type of time with brick by brick.
Niggas stop at a green light.
Because like, with the fact that, did my shit fart?
You heard?
Yeah.
It did.
So like, me and old boy, like the fact that we don't eat animals, like that's the part that we identify correlating with Earth. Yeah, like he's more in depth with it, but he also does like shit that I don't do, like eat tofu and meat replacement shit. I'm like, I don't do that shit. I don't eat like Impossible Burgers or vegan burgers. I don't do that shit. Like, I do the beans that make that. I'll just eat the beans. I don't want to imitate the taste, because at that point it's just You see what I'm saying? Like I stray away from that completely. But he's also more in tune because he does research. I don't do that shit. But that's the part that what happened? That's the part that I believe that I might want to change with this 28 years as well. Like I want to change this, stop smoking. I might want to start researching, because it's like the reason I don't like researching is because I never want to feel influenced. I want my ideas to be original. I want my energy to be my own.
Right. Cause once you know, you know.
Right. But it's also like, damn, am I hindering my growth? Because it's like some of the thoughts that I had, somebody like me has had 100 years ago, but their messages for me, I'm kind of rejecting because I want to figure it out by myself, but it's kind of hindering the process of that person 100 years ago, because like Tupac said, it's like he might not be the one that causes the change, he might not be the one that is the change, but he will spark the motherfucker that will cause the change.
Right, a motherfucker.